Oh god, this ogre. That's so weird. I summoned it there and they appeared way over there. I could get that maybe there wasn't enough space to summon them there, but there's space there, but they came out way over there. It's weird. Alright, bandage self to try to avoid what happened with our other bard. Okay, more ogres. Good, you guys appeared where I told you, didn't you? Oh my gosh, I think we might be okay. Is that it? Yes! Oh, you guys can't see it. A Steam achievement just popped up. Oh my gosh. That was insane. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, rest. Okay, because if we get in a fight and Kana gets touched, he's gonna die, perma-die. So rest right now. that was a satisfying fight. You're right, Bill. That was pretty insane. I'm pretty sure and it would make sense, I'm pretty sure all those fire golem things were highly resistant to fire, because, like, my fire song was, you know, hitting them all that whole time, and it was taking still a very long time to kill anything. So, are we done here? Let's see. I found the legendary White Forge. I need to figure out how to use it. I mean, I turned it on. Do I need to do anything else? What's the achievement I got? Restart the fabled White Forge. That's the achievement I got. Okay. Let's do this. Host Forge. Just in case I missed something in here. That was a crazy fight. It's just like tabbing through everybody using everyone's abilities. I had I'm not even sure what ability she was using, but I had the Cypher on just crowd control autocast. Talk to the crystal? Didn't I? Shoot, now you got me doubting myself. Alright, I'll go back and talk to the crystal. I'll try it again. I thought I did. You can be so sure of something, and as soon as someone asks you if you did it, you're like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And we just got a pop-up of some rare merchant showing up at Cave Nua, I guess. I may as well jump from here. Okay, stay put. Alright, so this is an exit only. So let's go back in and let's check to that crystal that Bill is mentioning and see if it's got something that we missed. Yeah, I'll have to look into. Hey, Bill, sounds like you've played the second one, Pillars of Eternity 2. Do you know about how many game hours you got out of that? I mean, like, is it as long as the first one, or is it shorter? Yeah, just as a pillar tugs at your essence, a pulse from the world itself moves through it, so nothing new with the crystal. Can't talk to the forge again. Okay. Alright, yeah, I think I've done every room in here. Still playing it. Gotcha. Hey, Fallen Wizard, how you doing? Hope you had a acceptable day. Mine was busy, but got through it. We have a guy on vacation that's in my department, so we're kind of a man down right now. So it's like when somebody goes on their lunch break, we're down 2 people, and then it's just like really crazy. So trying to keep up. I didn't play the DLCs for either one, but for base game, PoE 2 is faster for me. Gotcha. How much is PoE 2? Hold on. I'm tabbing out, so you guys might see the loading screen pause. Going into the Steam store. Alright, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Oh my god, it's $50? 50 bucks? Yes, I was born in 1979, sure. Let's go. $50 for standard edition, and the price goes up from there depending on what you get. Those are... Oh, you can... Oh, never mind. I can buy the Pillars of Eternity Collection bundle, and which just includes this game, because I already have PoE 1, and it's 45, so it'd be 45 bucks. Alright. Now we'll have to see if I can justify that purchase immediately after this game. Alright, the crumbling edge of this long platform suggests that there were once stairs leading down from here, perhaps joining with the pathway some distance below. It seems a manageable jump from here on this side, but you doubt you'd be able to return the same way. Jump across. You leap out for a dizzying moment, and the ground below flashes past, and then you are across the gap and upon the second tower. Alright, and I take it these stairs go down to the ground. Okay. So now, do we just... I guess we just go back to town and tell them I did the thing at the forge, I assume? Let me check the thing. So yeah, I awakened the forge. It says I need to figure out how to use it. I pray that's not bugged. I'm not sure if I was supposed to do anything else there. Cute Eye of the Abbey. Russet Wood. Stalwart Village. Ah. Alright. Let's see if there's anywhere else on the map to go. If not, I'll go back to the village and tell the chief. Is there a... Hold on. Is there a time limit for this merchant thing? 8 days. Prestigious visitor. So you have 8 days to give them a visit. I'll let them know what's up. Alright. I thought after that fight I had to figure out what to do with the dwarf souls. I don't know. Man, I hope I don't have to reload to before that fight and do it again. I like the first way better than the second. Second has cool stuff on it, but it felt a bit off for how the quests were planned. I also hate being the errant boy, so I skip majority of the town quests in every game. Sometimes, in some games, you have to do those secondary quests, though, to get enough XP to move forward. Not always, but sometimes. Soulbound items gain additional powers as the wielder meets specific requirements. Alright, Reginald's house. Let's see what she says if I go talk to her. I think I've got a quick save from right before I started that massive fight in the forge room. God, I really don't want to have to do that fight again, but I can if I have to. But then again, you remember when I activated the forge, it's like you're about to be attacked, and my character leaped away from the forge, and then nothing happened, and I did 2 more things before stuff happened. You're standing at the inn. The room is stifling, but it's the body heat of so many furious villagers, not the neglected fire pit that's drawn sweat. Your husband waits by the door, and as far as he can get from the assembly, he holds Uldric, whose cheeks are bright as he watches the adults bicker with wide, fearful eyes. You never realized how badly your neighbors stank, but something rank and repulsive rises from them as they pack together in this room. How much did
the old snake pay you, Sirahiod?
It's Grinda, the head fisherman, jabbing a furious finger toward the back of the room. Sinihiad, your erstwhile mayor, squirms in a corner, pinned by the accusing stares of the entire village. Oh, those eyes, those cruel, porcine eyes, and their watching Scenwood with the dumb gluttony of hogs staring at fodder. The only sight that turns your stomach more is seeing Hyod himself trying to wriggle free of his own lies.
Maestro Galvino and I came to an agreement. It was for the good of Stalwart. I thought...
You thought you'd let a killer walk among us?
Ironic, because the first guy that yelled, Grinda, is a killer. We just put him away for that. Cries of fierce agreement rise from the others. What began as a collective grumbling is swelling and congealing like storm clouds. You look back at your husband. He's whispering to Uldric, but when you catch his eye, he directs a silent supplication to you.
Let's go.
A wet smack draws your attention back to the other end of the room. Someone's thrown a potato, and Sinhud cringes and rubs his jaw. You want to shout at them for all this nonsense and waste, but you know this is about to get worse. Stalwart will have blood, and Galvino in his horror had the sense to flee already. Oh, Galvino was the guy that had the robot with him, the Devil of Carrick. You turn again, and your husband is beckoning you with the swift chopping motions, but what stops your breath is Uldric. His little eyes are fixed on the churning mob, and you knew ever since you started hearing about those hideous purges that he'd see something like this one day, but it didn't have to be so soon. It's what drove the devil woman to madness, and now his little eyes have gotten big enough to swallow the whole scene, and now he's seeing you as a part of it. You want to leave now, but if you do, this is what your boy will remember. Cowardice and madness. About people, about Stalwart, about you. The people around you jostle and bark in their rage. They're dangerous animals, but animals nonetheless. They just need to be led. So you push your way to the end of the room, where Sinhud trembles in a puddle of his own piss.
Enough.
Your voice boils up from your throat. The others fall silent, watching you. The funniest ones to come across in FF. You're freaking heir to the throne. Last hope of man. Some people are like, you fetch me some cheese. They listen dumbly trusting as you turn Sinhud's death sentence into an exile. No one contradicts you when you explain that he's going to march out of this village alone and into whatever miserable hamlet will have him. They silently agree when you explain that their hands are too clean for the likes of him. But there's something else forming behind their eyes, a kernel of trust and dependence. You feel it curdling around you, encasing you like a pearl does sand. You only wanted to spare Sinhud's life, not volunteer for his job, but you see so much fear shimmering just beneath their expressions, fear at Godmed marching through the mountains, at Dear Woodens and their purges, at dying the slow and lonely death of a ghost town. And you see their grateful reassurance mirrored in Uldric's expression. Perhaps this place is hopeless, but you realize that you can't leave it any more than you could leave your boy. The only person who isn't looking at you is your husband. He's shaking his head, eyes on the door. You retreat from Reginald's... Okay.
What's on your mind? The Pargrin dwarves guarded it like a mother bear. It's a wonder we know as much. What's on your mind?
So yeah, it's not...
Before you go, trappers haven't seen Baragon's ogres for a spell. I hear we've got you to thank for that.
Yep.
Whole village is resting easier. Halfric's cleaned up the rooms at the Grave's Rest. And Eater.
So, do I have to reload and do that fight again?
I sure hope you were right about killing Baragon. Because when you leave us for milder lands, it's us our kin will come after.
Oh, dang it. It's this one, right? Let's see. Yeah. Google it first. Alright, hang on. So while it's loading, Pillars of Eternity, White Forge. Let's do White Forge walkthrough, and I'll just go down the list slowly to try not to spoiler myself if I can. Okay. Destroy the Guardians, then interact with the Aedra Pillar to get answers. Yeah, that... When I interacted with the Aedra Pillar, it didn't say anything. No, I didn't die. It's the exact opposite. I killed everything, and I didn't get the next quest update. Okay, hold on. So let's reload to post-fight. No. We just did this huge boss fight. And we won, and I didn't get the quest update. I'm like, okay, so I walked all the way back to town, and they're not giving me the, like, you've completed the quest thing. So I'm Googling it, and apparently I was supposed to talk to some quest item in the room that wasn't in a talking mood. So I'm reloading to right after I did the fight to see if it's going to work now, or if I'm going to have to do the boss fight, or to fight again, which I hope not. Let's see. Okay.
No
So
problem.
this is after the fight. The pillar tugs at your essence, a pulse from the world itself moves through. I had to click it a second time in a row.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust
Okay.
already. Must you
Thank you,
profane
Google.
holy ground with further violence?
Flames roar and whip from within the forge. As they rise, their glow washes the room in a gory crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
Durgan's battery has been deserted for over 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abidon wouldn't allow it.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war.
Hey,
She
Ovid, how's it
shames our
going?
grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill. This...
You know what? Hold on just a second. Let me give something away here. We've got a couple of these saved up thanks to multiple people's efforts. And he has been around forever. Let's see. Click, click. Yes, I am sure. Confirm. And there. Alright, that should kick in just a second.
But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined.
There you go, buddy.
What happened to us?
You're one of the few people in here right now that doesn't have a skull next to their name, and you've been here for ages. Have a skull. Welcome to the Bone Zone. Yes. The much coveted Mukluk PogChamp. I do appreciate you spending so much time here, buddy. Really. The official story is that you destroyed yourselves, but it looks like someone or something invaded the battery.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
Okay. Mystics, if you haven't heard the story, I have to tell it, because I sound like a perverted human being if you haven't heard it. So, one day I was streaming Subnautica. My 6-year-old is in my lap watching me play Subnautica. If you haven't seen it, it's a survival game. You have no weapons, and you're in like a water world. And the levels in that game are named like the tropical zone, the Arctic zone, stuff like that. And we're in this deep underground cave, and we find the skeleton of a leviathan, like a rib cage the size of buildings. We're swimming between the bones. And my son goes, "Daddy," and we're on stream, and my son goes, "Daddy, we should call this the Bone Zone." And of course, me being very mature, I burst out laughing, and the people that were in chat at the time were laughing really hard too. So that happened. Then later on, when a viewer, actually Chris, who's in chat right now, when he sent me the shirt that was used in the GIF that you see when people follow me, what you don't often see is the back. It says #BoneZone. So I've got a shirt that has boobs on the front and Bone Zone on the back. I can't wear this in public. It looks like I'm offering services. We'll say that. I don't even wear this in front of my kid. So it's just like that shirt doesn't leave this office. You paid for Tim Titties. So yeah, that's the backstory. Throw a bit and you can see it dance again. My kids have watched all 9 million hours of Dan TDM playing that. Nice. Yeah, I loved it. I've played all the way through Subnautica, I think 3 times, once on hardcore. You, Chris, no. God, no. Where were we?
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
Go on.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Mystics, I'm trying to remember. Mystics, I know I've talked to you here the last few days. Did I meet you the same day I met Zab the Cabot, or am I thinking of somebody else? There was someone with either your name or a very similar name, and I'm trying to remember you from a different viewer, or it might have been you a long time ago, and I'm just now remembering it.
Here, with the salvation Abidan had left us.
Been around since early Pathfinder. Gotcha. Okay. You use the White Forge to channel your souls into the battery. That sounds stupid.
Yes. Using the same methods with which we had fashioned so much cold steel.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder.
Ha! Torn Asunder. That was the name of a guild I ran in a WoW like 10 years ago.
But it saved us.
Or maybe you're still on your phone and you've just had a Red Bull today. I don't know.
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidan's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
And now you're here in Durgan's Battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the Eyeless.
Is that a bad thing?
Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Wow.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here.
That's
watching
quite the
over
resume
White
you're,
Forge.
Oh gosh. Juggling, is that what the kids call what you're doing these days? I suppose that's one way to look at it.
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Yep.
That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgan's Battery? To recover the process of Durgan's steel?
There's a village called Stalwart that's fallen on hard times. They asked me to find the White Forge. You feel a softening in the essence of Pargrunen. In one moment, each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices. I thought that said a pantry full of spiders. I was like, what the fuck?
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you get to leave this place.
But it was good to be remembered. However briefly.
Ah, pantry full of spiders. As the souls of Durgan's Battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shape, much like Merwald's did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. Bind them to the cannons! Yeah. Bind them to the White Forge. Release them. Seems like they want out. You perceive the tenuous connections between the souls and the battery. As you sever them, they cry out, some with relief and others in rage. Pressure builds in the ether, which swarms with essence and energy. You cover your ears and grit your teeth against the devastating hum that builds in the core of your soul. Wow, a lot of XP. Okay. Wait. What? I can... Huh. sure? Okay, I just crafted refined Durgan iron ingots. Has the unique ability to refine iron. Multiple iron ingots required to create a refine. After refining, these ingots can be used at any time to enchanting recipes to augment weapons, shields, and armor with Durgan steel. Okay.
Let's see what lies this way.
Interesting. Alright. So, let's save over the post-forge save file. In case I missed anything. One that annoyed me going from this PvE2, you only get 5 members. 5 members aren't enough members for you, Mystics? Okay. I guess, okay, yeah, the quest is done. The White March quest is closed now. I guess I can just go back to town? I'm reminded of, there's a restaurant, not really, it's not fancy, there's a food joint here in Georgia called Five Guys. Five Guys has like got award-winning burgers and fries. They do burgers and fries, and they are exceptional at it. And there was one time I saw this screenshot online, and some girl was like, "Oh my god, Mom brought home Five Guys, I'm so excited, my mouth is watering," or something like that. And then after like a bunch of responses, she replied, and she's like, "Okay, so I didn't think that through. Just to clarify, Five Guys is a restaurant. My mother did not bring home an orgy."
The fortress, an energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Stalwart flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery
I corrected
silent at
myself. I
last,
said a food joint.
none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
Distant groaning in the peaks. Can you imagine hearing an avalanche start with That's what it is. When you say the word restaurant, people often think like sit down and eat. Alright. You've completed Pillars of Eternity White March Part 1. To begin the next chapter of the story, rest in any location outside of the White March. Okay. Alright guys, we finished the first DLC. I'm not, so like it says all the people left Stalwart and came to Durgan's battery. I guess they're not in Stalwart anymore. Muck, I found a song. Five Guys has the best Cajun. You know, I personally, this is just my taste buds, I'm actually more of a fan of their basic fries than their Cajun fries. We, the place I work at, our boss, buys everybody lunch, whatever we all vote on every Wednesday. And every couple of weeks, we'll do Five Guys. So we'll like do an online order, and we always end up with like 2 massive bags of Cajun fries and 2 massive bags of normal fries at the office for everybody to grab handfuls out of. My boss makes everybody there fat. Alright, so that's a link to your song. Let's take a look here. Hold on. No, pause. I'm not playing. I'm going to leave it paused. I'll check it out after. I'm not going to risk playing copyrighted stuff on stream. If they ban Ninja for 2 days, they'll ban anyone. Alright, let's deal with this merchant of rare antiquities and antiques who's waiting for us in our town. Oh, vicious mercenaries will attack in 4 days.
Stones and the spirits in this place.
Zahua finishes escorting a supplicant and returns to the stronghold. Feels bad, man. I can't risk it, man. I can't risk it. If they will ban the poster child of Twitch for 2 days and give him a slap on the wrist for playing copyrighted music, I ain't touching that risk. That reminds me, did you check the video from last night? The one about the, like,